Hi, this is Laura again. Today, I want to talk to you about our public education system and some of the reasons that it is failing our students. Millions of parents across the country tuned into the presidential debate and didn't hear a single question from the moderators to either candidate about one of the most important issues affecting them and their children, the future of their children's education. Whether it was intentional or not, the omission unquestionably amounted to another way that Vice President Kamala Harris has been protected from the institutional media, doing everything they can to help her across the finish line. We all had to sit through non-stop one-sided fact checks against former President Donald Trump. We got to hear Harris's obviously rehearsed answers to seemingly choreographed questions about race and climate change. It all seemed so rehearsed and one-sided that many people, including some Democrats, could see through the charade. It is a disservice to voters and students around the country that there wasn't a single question about education. It is one of the most important factors to our nation's future economic prosperity. Without children equipped with the basic skills of reading, writing, and math, we have no workforce equipped to compete in the global economy. We didn't hear a thing about what either candidate thinks about educating the next generation of American citizens or how that should be done. This is especially egregious since most parents are desperate for solutions that will turn their kids' schools around. According to Pew Research polling from April, about half of Americans are concerned that our education system is going in the wrong direction. At the same time, a majority of those who think that education is going the wrong way believe so. Because, they say, schools are not spending enough time on core academic subjects. Most of that group also expressed concerns that teachers are bringing their personal political views into the classroom. This stands against the backdrop of last year's reading and math scores plummeting to their lowest levels in decades for 13-year-olds on a national scale. That same year, ACT scores for high schoolers dropped to a 30-year low. Yet per pupil spending in government school systems is hitting record highs across the board. Parents, rightfully so, question our public education system. Schools continually ask for additional funding, indicating that this will solve the problem. And parents continually approve new funding, yet the results continue to decline. Those aren't just statistics. Those are realities for countless American parents across this country who keep seeing their tax dollars flow into school systems that indoctrinate their children politically while failing them academically year after year. At the same time, educators are still dealing with the shockwaves of COVID-19 and the disastrous lockdown policies. Broken education systems that were already failing kids when they were in the classroom put them on Zoom and degraded their education even further. Now that kids are back at their desks, the pre-existing problems in those systems are still waiting to be addressed. What many schools do teach now isn't education, but indoctrination. They teach skewed accounts of American history that demonize our founders and our core principles. They teach accounts of race relations that paint students as either oppressors or the oppressed. They teach gender ideologies that conflict with both basic human biology and parents' own values and religious views. They fill school libraries with explicit pornographic material meant to indoctrinate and sexualize students. This is all propped up by an iron triangle of government bureaucrats, teacher union bosses, and politicians who do everything they can to give these groups more power to shut parents out of the process and more money to do it. Harris is just one of those politicians. She had one of the most radical progressive voting records in the Senate and never took a vote the teacher unions didn't like. That's why the American Federation of Teachers was so quick to endorse her. Parents and students deserve a change, we all do. For the last several years, the additional funding requested by teachers, their unions, and the education system have gone not to improve the system, but to teach more non-basic courses that don't improve future students' ability to compete in the global marketplace. This is an area where Trump's policy agenda would have wiped the floor with the vice president's position in the debate. Like crime, immigration, and so many others, this is another area where she and her other radical progressive Democrats seem to be completely out of touch with what the American people want and where they don't care about what American students deserve. Trump's track record on education is unquestionably pro-parent and pro-student. As president, when he talked about the importance of education, he actually followed up and took action by issuing executive orders to expand school choice. He put together the 1776 Commission to confront political indoctrination and radical ideological theories with patriotism based on an accurate and honest reading of American history. And his view for a second term is even more ambitious. The principles he has laid out focus on everything the education cartel does not want: parental rights, merit-based pay, and employment for teachers, putting education over indoctrination, and more freedom to choose education approaches that don't fit into government school cookie cutter approaches. When I talk to parents, Trump's approach is the one they want to see implemented. The current system has been tried for decades and found wanting over and over again. That's a conversation that the American people deserved to hear last week. And it's one that definitely needs to happen before November. Education of the future generation of leaders is an important topic that deserves immediate attention. If things don't change, our students will continue to decline, and the future of the American idea fall with it. I encourage all of you, whether you send your kids to public school, private school, homeschool or religious school, to demand change. Passing school choice is one step that can be taken to allow parents to choose the school that they want their kids to go to. This will force schools to react to the market demands of parents. If public schools continue down the path they are on, they will lose students to schools who educate their students and not indoctrinate them. Parents and grandparents can make a change by voting for political leaders who demand change in our education system and those who support school choice, making the education system more supportive of parental demands. Change will only happen when parents are given tools, like school choice, to take education dollars to schools that meet their criteria for their kids. I hope this gives you a better idea of what some of the issues are with our education system and how it needs to change in order to meet parental demands. To learn more about the events that are occurring today in our society, watch some of our other videos. Nehemiah Reset's mission is to assist Christians in developing a biblical worldview as it pertains to relevant cultural and biblical issues. We seek to inform Christ's followers, equip them, and mobilize them into action to vote for their biblical values, and to actively engage the culture. We are also committed to help Christians and non-believers develop a better biblical view. Nehemiah Reset produces videos and ebooks to assist members of the church in developing a biblical worldview when it comes to cultural issues. We produce videos on key topics like public school indoctrination, the woke agenda, sex education equity and inclusion, climate change, immigration, religious freedom, and much, much more. To learn more about Nehemiah Reset or to watch some of our videos about the culture and to build your biblical worldview, go to our website at nehemiahreset.org or our rumble.com channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Thank you for watching this video from Nehemiah Reset. We hope you found it informative and helpful. Our mission is to assist Christians in developing a biblical worldview as it pertains to relevant cultural issues. We seek to inform Christ's followers, equip them, and mobilize them into action to vote for their biblical values and to actively engage the culture. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our Rumble, YouTube and Facebook channels. You can also visit our website at nehemiahreset.org to learn more about our vision, our resources, and our upcoming events. Thank you for your support and God bless you.